Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast. This is episode 189. Read the Cricket Shuffle, guys. I'm Joe.
Dave is my name.
Dave. Dave, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, before we jump into today's episode, want to give usually do it at the end, but I'll do it at the beginning because nobody listens all the way to the end, anyways. Give a quick shout out to those of you that are following or subscribing or anything on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, especially those on Spotify, because we upload our podcast through Spotify for podcasters. So if you're following along in there, that's where I see most of the statistics. So we appreciate those of you that are subscribing on or following along on Spotify. Please continue to do so, and also like and share the podcast for us, so that way we can continue doing this, and that way we can eventually someday make some money from this fucking thing that we have 189 episodes out for. So, anyways, that brings us to today's episode. Dave, how's your 4th of July?
The actual day didn't do anything really.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I took a motorcycle ride.
Also, ignore Dave's echo. As you can see, he's got a new office.
Yeah. I'm guessing you can still hear it.
What?
I said I'm guessing you can still hear the echo because you said before.
Yeah, I think you were got close to your mic at one point, and that's like it went away. But
I could bring it closer, see if it sounds better. Hey there. How's it sound?
Oh, so much better.
Okay, so we'll keep it here. So I took a bike ride. Pretty much went all the way up to Lake Ontario, and then drove along there. So I did that, but I didn't watch any I didn't see not that I didn't see a single firework, but didn't watch any fireworks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because you definitely saw a firework.
Yeah, like I looked out my window.
Right, yeah.
Top floor in the kitchen, and I could see downtown. So obviously I saw some of that, but didn't. I have like a whole box of them that I didn't set off at the fire that I had. So I guess I'll just use those at another fire that I have later in the year because I forgot about them. But yeah, wasn't like a normal 4th of July that I had. I did something Monday night because I had off Tuesday.
Right.
No fireworks that night either. Some sparklers. A little bit of drinking, but a
little bit of drinking.
Yeah. Makes everything better.
I was at work on the 4th of July. And I didn't really have to do any like real work, which was nice. I got to serve.
Disney's got to like put on a show, right?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. And so at work, I was just like in charge of serving hamburger. We had like a cookout. And so I was in charge of grilling and serving a bunch of hamburgers and hot dogs all day long. And so I worked for like 9 hours doing that. Which it was fun. I got some free food.
Like for guests or for employees?
No, for the cast members. You think I wouldn't do that for the guests?
I don't know if they said, "Hey, you got to do this today."
No, I wouldn't complain. Again, it's still like better than just like doing my regular job, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so I did that for most of the day. And then I went to Epcot with a bunch of people from work to watch their fireworks show because they had their normal fireworks show and then they did a special 4th of July fireworks show. And as of course, in Epcot, they have all the different countries, and the country in the dead center of the back of the park is America. So they had like a special fireworks show for the 4th of July that was like fireworks shooting off behind the America Pavilion and fireworks shooting off over the lagoon. And so they had a really awesome show. It was super cool. And it started, like the fireworks show started, and I was like, this is, it's all right. It's whatever. It's nothing special. By the end of it, the fireworks were, I have a video. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because you're not going to be able to hear that well. The fireworks there were so many of them, and they were so loud and so bright that one, it lit up the entire fucking park. Like you could have told me it was fucking daytime. And
Yeah.
two, you couldn't. I screamed something at the end, and I think so. It was my friend Tyler who was recording the video. I look at him and I screamed something at the video. I don't know if his camera audio picked it up. Probably didn't, but I couldn't even hear myself screaming. The fireworks were so loud. It was fucking wild, dude. It was like the best fireworks show I've ever seen. And I couldn't believe it. So there's one part of the video I want to like listen to it first to make sure I can actually hear myself say it. Oh yeah, okay. So I just say at the beginning because the 4th of July was running through my brain, my veins strongly that day. And so right at the beginning of the video, let me know if you can hear this.
So turned on.
So turned on by this.
Yeah, I was watching the fireworks, and so like we were watching them over the lagoon, and then we hear the fireworks shooting off behind us because we were in the American Pavilion when it was happening. So we turn around and we see these fireworks, red, white, and blue, shooting off of like the back of the like this old American structure. And so I just turned to the camera and go, I'm so turned on right now. And not even realizing the camera was actually still recording.
Yeah.
And so I was, we all started dying laughing. I was like, don't post this anywhere. And then at the end, it's just, we can see it. Well, you can't, that's literally how fucking bright it was.
Yeah.
It was so loud. That was right there. Hold on. No idea what I even said there. I think I just yelled, "Oh my God," but it was so loud, dude. Like my eardrums were ringing afterwards. And so then we walked out of, because after that Epcot was closed. And so we're all walking out, and I'm just like, man, I fucking love the 4th of July so much. And so we were taking a bunch of pictures, and one of the countries that we had to walk through is the UK, which, as you know, the reason we celebrate the 4th of July is because of the Revolutionary War. And we fucking beat the fucking British because they're a bunch of fucking pussies.
Dunked on them.
So we walked through before we got to the UK. Guys, we have to walk through the UK, just flipping off the country as we walk through. We didn't do that because, like, one, it's not them, they didn't do it. But I was like, I have to get a picture. So I walked, I was like, we're walking through, and we got to the telephone booths. And come on, focus. Fuck. Well, you can't see it, but I'm standing there just flipping off the telephone booth.
They're stupid red telephone booths.
Yeah, they're stupid red telephone booths. And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And they lit up the Epcot ball as the American flag. We got pictures by that. It was pretty fucking awesome. And of course, I was decked out in my red, white, and blue stars and stripes, as you saw on my Instagram.
I saw that.
Mom called me about my post on Instagram because it also shows to Facebook. She's not following me on Instagram. But she saw it on Facebook, and she was like, why was your quote, or why did you post "Thank you, George Washington"? I go, I didn't post "Thank you, George Washington." I go, it said "You're welcome," and it was in quotes from George Washington. And she goes, well, why? Did he say that? I'm like, you don't think George Washington ever said "You're welcome"? I'm like, I wasn't there. I don't know, but I'm sure the man said "You're welcome" at least once in his life. He was our first president. And she was like giving me shit for my caption. I was like, I worked hard on that caption. I asked everybody around me. I was like, what do you guys think of this caption? I had a couple of different options.
Well, I don't think it's more so that he ever said "You're welcome," but it's more like, "You're welcome, guys."
Yeah. Say, "You're welcome."
Yeah, it's not. What kind of? Yeah,
but it was just like, Mom was like, well, why? Like, did he say that? I'm like, yeah, he probably said that.
I'm sure at one point in his life he has said "You're welcome," but that's not the point.
No, that was not the point.
The point of the "You're welcome" is, hey, you're welcome, guys. Like, you're having a ball on the 4th of July because of me.
Yeah.
Not because of me, but like
George W.
I guess because of him.
Yeah, I mean, he was an integral part, right? He fought in the war. That's why we picked him as president. He was such a good leader in the war.
Just not solely him.
No.
But like, I could see anybody in his position, I could see them be like, "You're welcome."
Yeah. So. Or like everybody's celebrating, like, oh, we did it. And George Washington's like, yeah, you're welcome, guys. Like, hello. Fucking, that should have been like his inauguration speech. I don't know if they did those back then. his inauguration speech should have just been like, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
So, fucking dude probably had. Well, he
Don't
probably had
say
a
it.
small dick, but probably had a massive schlong.
Yeah.
You told me not
Okay.
to say it.
Yeah, because I knew you're always just this dude's got a massive cock, bro.
That's how you just know.
Yeah. Whatever.
People that do shit like he did, chop down a cherry tree.
If he would
Wait,
have said you're
was that
welcome,
him?
I think so.
Yeah.
What's
Had
the
wooden
what's
teeth or
the
some shit.
why'd he chop down a cherry tree?
I don't know. Something about like he like chopped down his father's cherry tree. I don't even think that's real.
Yeah, it's probably just a story.
I think that's a story that we made up. You know, Americans really love making up shit about our history. Either way, I love celebrating the 4th of July, and I didn't realize how much I loved it until this year. Because like
Did
I've
you
always worn like red, white, and blue, but this year,
I didn't get into it this year. I usually do.
I mean, you went to a party at
Yeah, I went to a party.
yeah, not on the 4th, on the 3rd, right?
Yeah, the third.
Yeah.
It
So
still just wasn't I had what did I have on? I had a gray shirt on that said Team America or Team USA.
did you have
Something like that.
your don't you have a cowboy hat?
Yeah, I didn't feel like wearing it. That was too big. It wasn't like if I was like going to a party,
Yeah. Then you do it.
I probably would, but it was hot.
Dude,
We
it
were
was
playing yard
so
games.
hot that day. Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
It was so hot the next day too,
Yeah.
on the 4th.
It was the hot on the 4th, hot on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah. But I always got America with me.
America. Yeah, it was good 4th of July. And this year, so like in previous years, I was going through like my old pictures on Instagram and like looking at what my caption was for previous years. And for the past few years, I almost said several, but the past few years that I've posted, the world, but our country has kind of been in shambles. There were all the protests, and there's still protests happening, but there were all the protests a couple years ago or last year, whenever the fuck that was. Then there was COVID, of course. And so my captions are always like, I'm not going to say how much I love the United States of America because right now I don't, we're not really doing things to the best of our ability.
Mhm.
But this year I was like, you know what? I'm going all out.
And you said you're welcome.
With your welcome from George Washington.
Yeah, that's all out.
Yeah. Well, because like in years prior, I was like, I'm not saying I love America, but I sure do love getting drunk. And then like 2 years ago or last year, I was just like, I like fireworks. It was what I put. I'm like, let me do something American.
I don't even think. Let me see here. We didn't see fireworks last year because we didn't do anything last year because we had a fucking wedding.
Yeah, fucking Tina got married on the 3rd of July. I still hold that against her.
Yeah, so do I. Let's see. I don't have any 4th of July. I don't post anything really.
I do.
Not
It's
really,
like it's like one of the 3 times of the year that I post.
But
I wore that outfit that I posted. I wore that to work too. I got paid to wear that outfit that day.
Nice. 2 years ago would have been the time I last did like 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was at a party then. But
I don't really think I've ever been to like a 4th of July party, at least not one that I can remember vividly. No, I like.
I mean, we always went to Uncle Greg's.
Yeah, but even that wasn't like anything spectacular.
No, it's party. That was a get together.
Yeah, it was a family gathering.
Yeah.
I've never been to a party where I got absolutely sloshed and celebrated the birth of our country.
Yeah, no, I need the party that I want is like, fucking slip and slide with fucking, I don't know, just USA all over.
Yeah. I want it to look like the United States threw up on the party.
100%. I don't even know. I don't care. I don't care.
Maybe like when I get my own place, like when I own a house, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to like every year I'll host like a huge 4th of July party.
Yeah, I need to. I was telling Dad a cool and Mom, I think a cool thing would be like all of us living right here, and then you just got all this land,
Like if we had like Miss Carolee's house
and then her next door
and her
neighbor,
next neighbor.
and then maybe like a couple of
Miss Carolee, by the
houses.
way, guys, is our sweet old neighbor.
Yeah. Then like a couple houses on Lakeside
Yeah,
that like touch our property. I don't think any of them touch our property, but they're like right there.
they're like close. Yeah,
Yeah. Like we just do that. Just like, yeah, block party.
that would be sick, dude.
But I really would have to like everybody, and I don't like everybody. So we would just have to buy out all the houses and make sure that our friends live there.
So if we just win the lottery, we're good.
Yeah. Let's be here. We're buying you this house. You're gonna live here. You're gonna like it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And if you don't, suck it up.
Yeah.
Because it's a free house. So
yeah.
But it's a good plan, honestly. It's a great plan.
It'd be pretty cool.
Because then we could have like a huge fireworks show.
Well,
what's
not
the
really.
rules on that?
They can't be in the air.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Fucking New York.
I didn't know if they changed that law because they sell fireworks in New York now, don't they?
Yeah, fountains.
Oh.
Which are still fine, you know.
Yeah, they're all right.
I'll deal with them. I like them, but you know. And you could, of course, if you buy them, as long as nobody complains, nobody cares.
Right. Everybody's doing them.
Yeah. So, I
See
mean,
that
if
bug just fly in front of my camera.
yeah, if we got all these houses, well,
Nobody
no,
would complain.
Now everybody would still complain because it's not like it's just an earshot. The earshot of
I'm
a
not
firework.
saying we do a show like that, right? Like I'm not saying we fucking
yeah,
blow
but
people's
still, like we
eardrums
got
out.
people across the creek.
Yeah. Well, we pay them off too.
We don't have to pay. Be like, listen, guys, you care if we do fireworks?
Yeah, we just ask them.
Yeah.
And we go, hey, feel free to come on over or just watch from your own backyard. They'll be high enough.
You're not coming on over. Yeah, you can sit in your backyard.
Okay.
Like, listen, hey, we're doing a firework. We want to do some fireworks, which we could easily like do. We could have done that. As long as nobody complains, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
So we could easily go up to everybody and be like, yeah, listen.
And even if people complain, all the cops do is they go, hey, don't do fireworks. They're not coming and arresting your ass.
Yeah, no. Someone got arrested for
doing it's illegal,
fire.
But it's not like, you know, it's not like illegal.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if I got arrested for fireworks, I'd be like, all right. Fuck this country then.
Yeah, honestly. So now to the main point of today's episode. I'm sure you've all seen it by now. If you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock. Dave and I were talking about it before the podcast. The video of the woman who lost her shit on the American Airlines flight in Dallas, which I just found out after reading this whole article that I searched up just so I knew I had all the facts here. It was coming to Orlando, or rather, it came to Orlando, which means
this. But she did not.
This bitch is probably. I think she did.
She got off. I thought.
I heard she got back on.
Oh, well.
That's what we're gonna read through this. We're gonna find out what the fuck happened. So again, if you haven't seen it, so basically what happened, I'm not going to show the video because it's just not even worth it. I mean, it's too complicated to share my screen all the time. This woman who just looks kind of like a bitch is seen walking down the aisle of the plane, yelling and saying, that motherfucker back there is not real. She claimed the person she was sitting next to wasn't a real person, was a shapeshifter, is what everyone's saying, essentially. And so she was like, I'm getting off the plane, was yelling at all the passengers and was like, you can sit on the plane and fucking die, or you cannot, but I'm getting off. And then the video and she walks away. But then there's other videos that came out that were like other angles and longer videos and a lot more. And of course, we have information here. We have eyewitnesses. Apparently, Carrot Top was on this flight. Honestly, thought he was dead. Gonna be honest.
I haven't heard that name in so long.
Yeah. So, but he was an eyewitness to this event. So some people are saying she seemed drunk. I watched the video a good couple times just to make sure I got my bearings right, so I could not start talking out of my asshole. At the beginning, she sounds genuinely afraid of something for like a second. Would you agree? Like when
I
she
mean,
says she's getting
she
off,
sounds during the whole video, she sounds pretty distraught.
she does sound very distraught. And then it sounds like she's slurring a little bit. Just like the way she's talking
Yeah, because she's like
sounds
hyperventilating.
maybe. I think here's what I think happened. I think she probably has anxiety from flying. Clearly she has anxiety. She probably popped some pills, prescribed, of course, taken some Xannies for the flight. And if she's
If she took some
drinking,
Xannies, she'd be out fucking cold.
no, not necessarily. If she's drinking with said Xanax, she could be
Yeah.
a little out of it. I'm not saying she's going to start seeing things, and I'm not saying I think she's just a little, again, she's a little out of it. And so she said, but she definitely sounds a little drunk at one point. I think she was probably drinking, and she probably took some medication. I'm going to assume what everybody else is assuming there. But we've got some other information on what exactly happened, right? So there's eyewitness accounts. Carrot Top released a video or some shit. The plane turned around after the woman's incessant demands. So like even after that first video ends, there's more video where they got her back to her seat, and then she's arguing with the flight attendants while the plane's moving, because I don't think the plane's moving in the first video. She's arguing with the flight attendants, saying, I'm not staying on this flight. I'm getting off. Tell them to stop the plane. 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 And they go, okay, well, let's get your bag. She goes, I don't give a fuck about my shit. I just want to get off. At this point, get her off the plane. If she just wants to get off, then fucking let her off. Like, this whole ordeal apparently delayed the flight 3 hours. If I was on that flight witnessing this, knock her out or get her off. Yeah. One or the other. Those are your options here. So the plane turned around after the woman's incessant demands. They escorted her off the plane, and 45 minutes later, everyone else got off the plane too. So they deplaned everybody. The woman was taken away, and the aircraft was investigated to make sure that there was nothing wrong with the plane. The 3 attendants who had dealt with the woman also had to get off and were later replaced.
Jesus.
Oh, here we go. This person, who's apparently another eyewitness, finally gets to the person who did not exist, stating that she was talking about a flight attendant who was dealing with her complaints. She was talking about a flight attendant?
I don't think so.
I don't know. That part's not making sense. And then people were saying, I need to hear from that lady. Where is she? People are commenting, she saw something and I believe her. All these fucking people who are saying they believe her, also equally as crazy. I thought I read something that said she got back on the plane. Everybody got back on. She made it back through security, got back on, and they all made it to their destination just fine. But I think people are just so over people freaking out on planes. There's been so many freakouts lately. That nobody's phased, right? Nobody on the flight is phased by it. So normally, right, in the past, you'd hear somebody say, we're all going to die. And everybody's like, get me the fuck off this plane. If anybody's saying the word die on an airplane, I want off anyways.
Yeah.
Now it happens every other day that everyone's just like, can we just get them off the plane, please? Just get them off and take off. We're good to go. She's yet to come forward. So apparently she did not get back on. I thought I read somewhere that she did get back on, but there's a lot of different stories circulating out there, and I don't know what to believe. There was a video of the guy who claimed he was the one she was talking about.
the Freemason dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's real.
I don't know. I also saw a video of a guy saying it was him, but like his caption was like, "This is a joke. I'm just seeing how many gullible people are out there."
Yeah.
This is pretty funny.
This says, according to the American Airlines representative, the woman was removed from the flight after it returned to the gate where law enforcement officials were waiting. The flight was met at the gate by local law enforcement and the customer was removed from the flight. Safety and security are top priorities, and we thank the customers for their understanding and our team members for their professionalism in managing a difficult situation. They left. The plane lady left the airport without any incident, according to
the plane lady.
Yeah, that's what they wrote it as. That's what law enforcement says. They left without any incident. So, And everyone's like freaking out now that she hasn't come forward. People are saying she's gone missing. I don't believe that. I think she's probably seen the video and is embarrassed as fuck.
I just watched the video. It's hard to tell what is like, because I don't know if she's like crying or if she is slurring her words.
I think she's slurring her words.
Yeah, well, of course you're gonna think that. You just want to call this bitch crazy, and she's drinking and popping pills.
Well, she's crazy. She's crazy regardless, whether or not she was drinking and doing drugs. She wasn't doing drugs. She may have taken prescription medication. But what I like about the video is when she goes, "That motherfucker back there is not real," and everybody just goes. Every single person turns around, and it's my favorite part of that video because we all want to know, right?
Yeah, we're like, what are you talking about?
We're all like, well, if she's saying it, I want to look, right?
I'm gonna look, yeah.
I'm like, but like, if he's not real, what are they gonna see? You know, they're gonna see an alien sitting back there. They're gonna see a fucking lizard man. Are they just gonna see nobody? And she thinks there's a person sitting there.
Yeah, I don't know,
but it's pretty fucking hilarious.
It's just annoying. Her voice is annoying.
Oh, she's super annoying.
So it's just got that screeching.
Like at the very end of the video, when she's like, "But I'm not staying," and somebody goes, "Bye." I love that guy. That guy deserves an award.
Let me see if I can hear it.
Yeah.
Bye. It's funny.
But apparently the video has been taken down from TikTok. Of course, that means nothing in the world of
it's on Twitter.
It's all over Twitter.
There's this one, the person she's talking about, and it's a picture of Scooby-Doo in a like a yellow sun hat and like a dress.
From the movie.
Yeah, from the movie.
Yeah. I saw a video about it today. This guy who used to make vines. It's like that clip where she goes, "That motherfucker's not real," and then it's him dressed as Santa Claus. It's so good. It's so funny.
Yeah, I saw it a couple of times. While I was watching TikToks this morning, and I saw that 3 times. I saw this guy. Let me see here. This guy was talking about a wolf man that was lurking around his house. He was like his wife heard something on the roof, and so he goes out and he's looking on the roof. He's like, "I don't see anything." And then he's looking, and you can see these glowing eyes in the forest, and like this thing obviously is standing up.
Okay. Like it's
tall. It's tall. That's not short enough to be like, okay, it's on 4 legs, you know.
Right.
So I'm looking. He's like, "Hey man, this is our property. You know, you better get out. Use whatever." So
I'll make my comment in a second, but yeah.
So then I forgot everything he was saying, but he was kind of saying along the lines of that. So then he goes back in his house and he goes, "Okay, my wife heard the noise again, and this time I heard it." So he's going back out there. And he goes out there on his roof. Here's a noise on the roof. And he goes back out there and he's looking, and then all of a sudden you see these glowing eyes poke out the roof of on his roof. And I was like, okay, that's a little weird. So then he's like, what the fuck? So then he goes around the other side because dips back down, so you can't see. So he goes around the other side, and then he's like, where the fuck did it go? And then there's just this thing on his roof that I don't even know what it was. You can't see it in the video, and then like after it like blurs it out or something like that for some reason. But like it didn't look like a person, it didn't look like a dog, it didn't look like it just was something on his roof. And he's like, what the fuck is that? And then he looks up and there's a helicopter. Like you can hear like a helicopter, what it sounds like is a helicopter. Now, once again, this was 6:30 in the morning, so I'd have to watch it again, make sure I'm hearing everything properly. But I think it was a
sounds right now like you're describing a dream that you had.
Yeah.
You're like, all of a sudden I looked up and there was that helicopter and SEAL Team 6 came out.
So like he's like, what the fuck is happening? And then I was like, what the
I'll tell you right
fuck?
now. So the comment I was going to make when he said, hey man, was if I am standing in my backyard, let's assume he was standing in his backyard, and I'm looking like at the forest or whatever he was looking at, and I see a pair of glowing eyes that are taller than a dog.
Yeah, that are with eye level with me, baby. I'm gone.
Humans' eyes don't glow. So
yeah, that's what I'm
already
saying.
I'm already not saying hey man to anything. I'm turning around and I'm going back inside.
Yeah. I don't know if he said hey man or hey this is our property, but like either way, if I'm seeing glowing eyes,
I'm not talking to it.
My brain knows that humans don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless I don't know. It's I don't know, like you know, there's contacts or something that
I don't know if those exist. If they do, fuck those people.
Yeah, but like he also had a shotgun. I would have
video?
just I think I heard him like I don't know. Once again, have to kind of like not a it was like a like a two shot double barrel. Yeah, thank you. Two shot. So like, dude, if I see that thing, I'm not firing at it.
I'm firing near it.
Just in case it is something.
Just in case it is a human with contacts.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, it's a prank."
I'll shoot near it for sure.
Yeah, I'd be like, unless it started running towards me, then by all means, I'm aiming it at its fucking face.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, yeah. But the second I see something on my roof,
yeah, dude, and
I don't.
And he like looks up, and then you just see this thing, like, and I was like,
"You gotta find this. You gotta find this video."
Oh, I know where it is. I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah, please do, because
I liked it because I was like,
You're like, I gotta revisit this.
Because I was like, I know I'm gonna talk to somebody about this.
I'll tell you, between the fucking UFO and the aliens in the backyard that we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago, to this lizard person on a plane, to Wolfman in somebody's backyard, I'm getting a little case of the heebie-jeebies.
Dude, I also saw somebody's watching fireworks in Arizona, and you see this thing come down. Like it I was like, oh shit, that's like a meteorite or shooting star. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, fuck. I watched it this morning. I think it was going this way. And that's why I was like, oh, it's just a meteorite or something like that. Yeah. Shooting star or whatever. So
shooting star and meteorite, by the way, same thing.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So I see it going this way, but then it like, if I remember correctly, it started going down this way, straight down, and then it splits in two and starts going like this. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Are
we sure this wasn't another firework?
Well, that's where I was like, oh shit, is it a firework? But it never exploded. Because when I saw it going like this, I was like, oh, you know, if you watch a firework, you'll see it go up, and then it'll do its parabola, and it'll come back down a little bit, and then it'll explode. But I was like, a firework's not going to go.
Yeah, no. Not any firework that I know of, anyways.
So I was like, dude, what? Now, it could have been still a meteorite. I don't know. Maybe somehow.
I don't know about that. I don't know about meteorites. Meteorites are usually just kind of. That's it. I've never seen any go.
This thing was like, you could clearly watch this whole thing doing its.
That's fucking weird, dude.
And there was howling in the distance, by the way.
In this video, there's howling
in the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could hear like a oh.
I'm out.
So it's like,
You
oh,
know,
Dog Man.
it
Sorry,
would
he said
be
Dog Man.
Dogman. It would be cool to like make one of these videos and put it on TikTok to like, but the thing is, right? Like if you're gonna make one of these fake videos, if they're fake and you're gonna like get people to believe you, you gotta commit. Like you can't just make one and never make another and never be heard from again because people are gonna be like, ah, well, they faked it. It's you know, it was fun, but now it's over. You gotta be like releasing multiple things and be like, I found evidence of this.
Yeah, but that'd be a dude, that'd take up a fucking year of your life.
Worth it if you get the views,
No,
right? It's all about becoming famous on the internet, Dave.
fuck that, dude.
Speaking of famous on the internet, have you heard the latest new social media?
Yeah,
Threads by Instagram.
just shoot me now.
It's just Twitter. Because Elon's really doing Twitter dirty right now. He's really fucking it up. So Instagram came out with Threads. It's all the rave now. I'm not going to download it right away. I'm going to wait to see if its popularity continues or if it's kind of just a bump in the road in the social media world. But I feel like it's already taken over Twitter. Did you send me this video?
I saw something this morning that was how fast it took social media platforms to reach 1 million followers or subscribers or whatever it was, users.
Yeah. Users, yeah.
And it was um like Facebook 6 months, whatever. It just kept getting kind of lower and lower.
Yeah.
I think, well, not really, but like it was TikTok was like a month, and then like Threads was 1.5 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's because people are just so sick of Twitter.
I
Apparently
have
there's like a limit on Twitter now. Like if you're not verified, you can only view so many tweets or some shit. I don't fucking know what the I don't know. Elon is just having a heyday.
I mean, what I don't understand what everyone. I mean, Twitter seems the same to me.
Yeah.
I don't. What is he doing?
I just don't go on Twitter enough to care.
I literally go on there. I hit the home button, go all the way to the top, scroll down maybe 2 swipes, and then I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, because it's just not. There's never anything like interesting.
I see a couple things. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I spend most of my time on TikTok because TikTok is the best.
Yeah, I spend too much time on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Well, not too much time. It's just like when I get on there, sometimes I'm just like this morning, I was like on there for like fucking 45 minutes.
I forgot. I like don't. I miss things on my phone.
Yeah.
Like your text. I wasn't watching TikToks, but I was like watching this video. Which is why I missed your text entirely. And that's just what happens. I'm like on TikTok and I start scrolling. I go, well, they're only a minute long video. How much time can I really spend on here? And then I've been on the toilet for an hour, and now I have to shower because my ass is dry.
Okay. Here's the thing I was talking about. Twitter, which launched in 2006, took 2 years to reach 1 million users. Facebook, 2004, took 10 months. Instagram, 2010, took 2.5 months. I don't know why. I could have sworn like Twitter and shit was on here, but Threads, which launched on July 5th, took 1.5 hours.
That's wild.
So Instagram's going to be the big thing.
Yeah, I mean it's probably the most genius thing they could have done. Just recreate a platform that already exists and that people are pissed off about, and just do it how it used to be. And you can share your threads to your Instagram story. And everybody loves sharing shit to their Instagram story.
Yeah, it's quick.
It is. It's fun. It's easy. It's a way to interact with people. My Instagram story feed, like you know how like your Instagram stories are like sorted by like who you watch the most often?
I have no idea.
Cool. Well, usually your Instagram story feed is like, it's not going to be somebody that you follow but never pay attention to. It's going to be people that you follow and interact with on social media. And so all of mine have been about Taylor Swift and her new album that just dropped.
Oh yeah, what is going on? I see so many people posting about like the same pictures of her 4th of July pics, and then like a cover album photo looks like.
Yeah, she just dropped a new album, which it's not really a new album, but the Swifties have gone hog wild over it. The reason people freak out is because it's one of her Taylor's version albums.
Oh, so
like,
it's the same song.
It's the same songs that she didn't release them because she was under like a contract.
Yeah.
So the studio or whatever, the fucking whoever owned the songs released them forever ago. And so now she is re-recording all of her music,
right,
and re-releasing them.
Yeah.
Same shit though, same songs.
Same songs.
And honestly, I don't know how much money she got from the first albums, like when they first released through this company.
I'm sure
she was making money.
Way more now.
Oh yeah, way more now from her releasing them herself. But like, it's genius of her to do, because she's essentially more than doubling all of her money. Yeah, she's double dipping hard.
Yeah. I remember when she first did that. Like, I don't know, 4 years ago.
When she released the first Taylor's version.
Yeah. And I was like, it's just same music though.
Same songs.
Right? And they're like, no, it's hers though. I go, I get that. But
the song is the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Right.
She's not releasing new music.
Yeah.
It's the exact same. So am I mad at Taylor for doing this? No. I don't have any beef with Taylor. We love Taylor here on the podcast. She's a good friend of the pod.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about that several times. So shout out Taylor, make that money, bitch. But I am annoyed with all the Swifties that are crazed about songs they've already heard. Like, new albums come out every single day. There's music every single day coming out. These songs, we've already listened to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're good.
Like, legitimately though, are they? Is she changing them at all?
I think this one, because I've heard some like complaints, honestly, and I've heard some good things about it. But like, people are saying that she changed some lyrics to certain songs that, like, I don't know, were like misogynistic or some shit. I don't know.
How could she be misogynistic?
Well, I don't think she was, but she was writing them. But there's a chance. I assume, again, I don't know, because I'm not a big Swiftie person. I assume that the studio was making changes to her songs,
and they were the misogynies.
They were the misogynistics. Yeah. And so she changed some lyrics. I don't know if she's done that with every album, but with this album, I know for a fact that she has done it. And so people are talking a lot more about it this time. But again, it's just like, it would be like, it's like when, let's say that Billy Joel were to release a My Greatest Hits album, and everybody lost their shit because he released an album with songs they've already heard before.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
we already have them.
If you can sing along immediately on the first playthrough of the album, it's not that special.
It's like you could have just made your own album.
Yeah.
Within Spotify or Apple Music. And said Billy Joel's greatest hits.
You could have done it yourself. You could have done it yourself. And again, like, shout out to Taylor for owning her own music now. It's huge, and I get, like, she wants to release these songs as hers. I get that.
Yeah, I get it.
But the reaction that she's getting, it seems a little unwarranted.
I don't know. They wild.
They are wild. And I was talking about this at work with some people, and I was saying almost this exact same thing. And I'm like, I have to just stop talking. I go, I can't possibly win this argument. Even though I'm right, I can't possibly win the argument.
Not right.
Because they're Taylor Swift fans. I mean, I am right. They're like, the songs have already existed.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're right. But like, it's just,
It is their reaction is unwarranted, is my opinion. That part's not right. It's my opinion. But like, the songs already existing, that's right. I am right.
Yes, but if she did change anything, then
That's fair. Like if people were like, "Oh, she changed that lyric and it's so much better now." I'd be like, "Cool, good for her, good for you. I'm glad you like it."
okay. I mean, I'm gonna, I'm not that I'm gonna look into it because I don't care that much. But like, if I were to, and I noticed, and I saw that was like, oh yeah, she changed a word in this song, a line in this song, I'd be like, it's the same song.
Yeah, same song.
It's the same song, girl. Come on, what you playing?
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, get your money, like you said, but nothing to you. Once again, the Swifties, just chill.
yeah. Just dial it back a little bit. I get she's awesome.
I've never been so like.
I've never been so obsessed with any person
Anything.
in my life or in the world.
Yeah, I've never been so obsessed to where it's just like it's my personality.
It is, yeah. It's
like I don't go. I'm an Avengee, you know.
I was like, oh, what?
Like, yeah, I like the Avengers. I like Marvel.
I don't lose my shit over it.
No.
Do I go see every movie on its release date? Absolutely. Do I post about it on my Instagram story? Yeah.
All the time? Yes. Yeah, I would say you're crazy about
I'm
that.
a little over the top.
But let me just say
I don't like run through the fucking halls screaming that everybody needs to listen to it and love it or watch it and love it. I go, hey, did you see the new Avengers movie? And they go, no. I go, dude, you're missing out. And then I drop it.
If they were to take 2008 Iron Man 1 and put it out today, and
they say Tony Stark's version.
Yeah, they're like, this is Tony Stark's version. And it's the same
It's
movie.
You know what it's like? It's like when they re-released what did they re-release? When Endgame took over Avatar as like highest grossing movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they re-released Avatar in theaters, but like made an alteration. I was like, just so they can make a little bit more money and get back above Endgame. I was like, this is fucking stupid. Or like, I think they did the same thing with Endgame. They re-released Endgame with like extra scenes, but that weren't edited. I'm like, who wants to see that? That's the reason I didn't go see the fucking Justice League. One, it's a 4-hour movie. I love long movies, but I'm not going to sit in a theater for 4 hours. Two, half of the scenes were completely unedited.
Didn't I see that?
You saw Justice League, but the director, who's the director? Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder re-released or like released his version, Zack's version of Justice League.
And
as he wanted it to be.
Long?
It's like 4 hours long and it's unedited. Like there are scenes that are unedited. Like the graphics aren't, the CGI is not done.
What?
Yeah.
And people paid to see it.
People paid a movie ticket to see it because they were like, Zack Snyder didn't get to release the movie that he wanted to release. Like,
because it's trash.
Warner Brothers made too many edits to it. And so he was like, well, then I'll put out my director's cut. And I'm like,
the director's cut should only be maybe an extra 15 to 30 minutes long.
Yeah, max.
Barely even that. Like sometimes I see director's cuts and it's like 5 minutes extra.
Yeah.
Or it's like extended cut, 10 minutes. It's like,
yeah, like it's like the scene they cut out didn't really matter. So like it's like, ooh, what do you do? Extended cut. But no, Zack Snyder's version of Justice League. How long is the Justice League movie?
I don't know. If we look this up, I think we got to part ways. Justice League 2. Nope, that's not it.
Justice League film.
2 hours.
2 hours. Zack Snyder's Justice League is where the fuck? How do I find it? You found it fast.
4 hours, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah, huh?
70. Let me see. 71% from Rotten Tomatoes. 39% Rotten Tomatoes for regular Justice League.
Yeah, people loved it. People ate it up. They said it was way better. But
like,
again, like
why is
I'm
there
not
no
gonna go see a
CGI?
movie that I've already seen, and I liked the Justice League. I thought it was fine. Was it the best movie I've ever seen? No, not even close. But it was a fine movie. But he released his version, and people were like, "Yes, what we should have gotten." And I'm like, "You saw a movie that was not finished, and you paid money to see an incomplete movie."
That sounds strange.
Yeah, and that's what the Swifties are doing with Taylor Swift and her Taylor's version albums. But
I mean, I don't know, whatever. I don't care.
no, go ahead. What?
I mean, I was gonna say the only thing that could like make me think that it's like a cool thing is that like people who get vinyl, it'll be cool for them to be able to get like Taylor's version on vinyl if it comes out.
It will.
Yeah. But like other than that, it's like you're just gonna go on your phone. You're not gonna pay any extra for it.
You have Apple Music already or Spotify Premium.
So
and you're gonna just download the song that you already have.
yeah. And now you're gonna hear it twice because you're not going back to delete the one you already have.
Nope.
We know that. You know
Yeah.
that.
So I don't know, dude.
Whatever.
But let's
Quick fact of the day. Did you know that gorillas can live 30 to 50 years?
yeah.
That's fucking wild.
You didn't how long did you think they lived?
Dude, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, we live a long time.
Yeah.
And gorillas are like us.
I never thought about it because I didn't care.
Yeah. So you just didn't have a thought of how long they lived?
No, never once popped in my head. I wonder. Grizzly bears 10 to 35 years.
That's actually a long time. It's all that hibernation.
An eagle, 35 years. Max. It's just flat, 35 years.
35 years. And they die immediately.
Yeah.
35 years in one day, they're gone.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Random trivia. Pick a number.
23.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22. Which direction on a map do lines of latitude go? I got it. Yeah. I was gonna say east west, but you know. Ha. I technically
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. It's pretty good. You were right on there. Damn it.
Let's fucking go.
I guess they did say which direction on a map. Yeah, that was stupid of me.
Well, I mean, I think horizontal. Well, I mean, if you ask me, like, no, I guess I wouldn't say for what direction. Oh, you're going vertical.
Yeah, you're going north. Oops, I gave myself 2 points. It's to you. Save. So we are tied 4-4.
The closest one ever.
Yeah,
probably.
2 weeks to go.
Okay. Underscore David Turkey underscore is my Instagram. T-Shark11 is my Twitter. Eat of the week. I'm gonna say classic hamburger and hot dog I had on July 3rd. Scratch that. I'm gonna go Chick-fil-A that I had yesterday.
Nice.
Spicy chicken with lettuce, bacon, and then I have their waffle fries, which fucking slap, Chick-fil-A sauce, obviously, and a lemonade.
Nice. Sounds good. You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Shark_photography, my regular Instagram, Secret Agent Sharky, my YouTube channel at Joe Sharky. YouTube.com/@JoeSharky7. My eat of the week is I'm gonna go with
Let's go with
the papadilla that I had yesterday from Papa John's. I had a salad from this Greek place down the road, which was a really good salad. And I ate this all as one meal. Really good salad. It had like pita chips as the croutons, which were really good. They were like almost like French fries. It's really good. Had that salad, and then I had a papadilla chicken bacon ranch from Papa John's. And papadillas, I don't know if you've had one, Dave. They're like the best thing you can get from a
probably fuck up a chicken bacon ranch papadilla. It sounds pretty good. I don't know what it is.
You have to custom. Papadilla is just a calzone, but they call it a papadilla because it's like quesadilla.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they're not using the name calzone, but either way, you have to custom order a chicken bacon ranch one because you can't. It's not one of their options. So you just get ranch as your base, no extra cheese, just a regular cheese, and then chicken, bacon, and then I get marinara sauce as the dip.
Okay.
What else would you dip it in?
Nothing.
Nah, dude, you got to dip it in something. It's a little bit dry sometimes.
Oh, well,
because the dough is so thick. Anyways, as for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSG Pod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at the Shuffle Podcast. That is where we post our clips from the podcast. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at the Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk with you guys next week. And thank you again for, subscribing. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Peace and love, baby.